Oh, hello,
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
and welcome to the Comic Queens podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Annie.
And I'm guesting. My name's Courtney.
Yay! Welcome, Courtney. We are so happy to have you here.
I'm so excited to be here. Your guys' podcast is my favorite podcast about all things BL, webcomics, romance comics. It's a dream to be here.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun. I literally cannot even believe it. I was literally just listening to your episode about Save the Day, so it just feels very full circle moment right now. If you are not familiar, Courtney is from the Delusional Boyfriend Book Club podcast, which is absolutely wonderful and amazing. And today we are going to be playing a little bit of a game.
What kind of game?
Blind date.
I'm so
Today-
excited. I haven't been
I
on a date
know.
with anyone but my husband in 10 years, so this is going to be so refreshing.
You know, I don't know if refreshing will be the word. But maybe there are a couple little tricks up our sleeves.
I mean, there are some true gems in here.
Oh, just like in the real dating world,
Exactly.
we've really left it up to the dating gods, and 9 times out of 10, they are not very merciful.
No kidding. I don't envy people in the dating pool now, but these fictional men are obviously the best men. So today we are going to be having contestant 1, 2, 3, and 4 asked questions by the lovely Courtney so that we can match her with the best suited webcomic that she can read next.
I am so excited. So I've prepared these questions with my dream man in mind, and we will see if I get close or if I get stuck with the stinker.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what you consider a stinker, but we're going to find out. Go ahead, Courtney. You can start us out.
Okay. So first of all, I would like to ask you, lovely gentlemen, do we have any gentle ladies? Am I allowed to ask?
Just gentlemen for this one.
Okay. So I would love to ask you guys, what's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
Ooh, so for contestant number 1, venturing away from my home and working on my total body transformation.
Okay.
For contestant 2, I love to go cliff diving.
Interesting. Got it.
Very spontaneous.
Mhm.
For contestant number 3, I went all out in a game of cards and I lost.
All right.
And for contestant number 4, I hired a guy who I just met for maintenance.
Okay. Very interesting, gentlemen. I've made my notes. I've made my marks. Contestant number 1. The most spontaneous thing we've ever done is work on our bod, our gym bod.
You could say that. But getting out of my hometown was really an accomplishment as well. So, mhm.
Okay. That helps clarify things. Question number 2. If you were an ice cream flavor, what flavor would you be?
So contestant number 1 here, I actually really love apple ice cream.
Apple ice cream. I have never had the pleasure. Thank you so much. Contestant number 2.
So I would much prefer soju to ice cream, so I would pass on the ice cream.
Ooh, very good. Okay, next.
I'm more like a red velvet ice cream fan.
That's an insane answer. Okay, noted.
Contestant number 4 here, black cherry.
Oof. My personal favorite. Thank you so much. Alrighty, our third question is, what is your most used emoji, and do you think that's reflective of your personality?
So for contestant number 1, I think I'd have to say a chipmunk. I just think that they're cute. I don't think they represent me. I just like them a lot.
Adorable. Love that. Okay, contestant number 2.
I use the smiley face with sunglasses, and I do think it represents me.
Actually love that. That might be my most favorite. Contestant 3.
I use the red heart emoji. I don't think it represents me as much as like how I feel in the day to day.
Adorable. Contestant 4.
The smirk emoji, and it does represent me most of the time.
Contestant number 4. Why do I like you? I feel like I shouldn't.
Who's to say?
We'll make our marks. I must stay true to my initial feelings here. Okay. Question 4. What can you do today that you could not do a year ago?
Definitely let go of some of my past hurt. There's been a lot of personal growth.
Very mature of you. Contestant number 2.
I got a serious glow up. New wardrobe, new career, new life path. I'm on a roll.
Okay. But still drinking a lot of soju.
That is never going to change.
Good to know. Alrighty, contestant 3.
I can say that I know what love feels like.
Where does that leave me?
I mean, that doesn't mean I'm still in love, or does it?
Okay, noted. Contestant number 4.
Be intimate.
Oh my lord. So nobody learned how to sew or garden. These are all extremely big character developments. I don't know if I can keep up. I have not done that much work on myself yet, but
We're a lofty group of men.
absolutely. Okay.
Understatement.
Noted. Okay. Next question here. What's a guilty pleasure song you can't help but love?
Ooh, I really like Crawling King Snake. It might be a lesser known song, but it's by The Doors.
The Doors. That's a gorgeous deep cut. That was the first movie I ever watched with my husband. So you've actually you've hit on a soft spot.
You have a husband? No, I'm just kidding.
I told you, ladies. It's been 10 years and I'm bored. Okay, so The Doors for contestant 1. Contestant 2, how are you going to follow that?
So I really like this song called You and I. It's by Sobi and someone else. I can't remember.
Okay. Is that a Japanese song by J-pop?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, noted. Next, contestant 3, what's your guilty pleasure song?
It's that one that got super popular on TikTok. It's Me and the Devil by Soap and Skin.
Okay, so we're using TikTok to find our music. That does say something. Alrighty, contestant 4, you can do better than that.
I only listen to classical music.
Okay. I hate that about you. Okay, easy choice on that round. Thanks so much. Okay, I would like to break into a little bit more complex stage here of questions. Name the 5 people, dead or alive, you would invite to your dream dinner party.
Okay. So contestant 1 here, I would have to say my mom and dad, they passed a while ago. The, love of my life, future love of my life, my mentor, and Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison, absolutely. And the parents, would they get along?
Oh yeah, they got along.
Amazing. Okay. Next.
I would like to bring my partner and my boss, and then also some of my friends from the club.
Okay. I'm already a little jealous of this partner number 2, and you were looking pretty good.
Well, it's a future partner, maybe.
Okay. I'm listening. I'm hanging in there. Contestant 3.
The Crown Prince, my 2 brothers, and literally no one else.
Okay, table for 4. Beautiful. Is the Crown Prince hot, may I ask?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Absolutely stunning.
I'm into that. Okay. Contestant 4.
I'd prefer to eat alone.
I mean, how did I guess? You sitting at a table with your classical music is Kinda turning me on.
I would love to see this snapshot of your type, Courtney.
Okay, with that being said, I would love to know the top 5 songs you sing in the shower, and I swear to God, contestant 4, if you say humming along to Bach, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'll lose it.
Not gonna lie, it's a pretty good answer. So, contestant 1 here, I would have to say I sang From Eden by Hosier,
Oh,
Save Me by BTS,
okay.
10,000 Emerald Pools by Borns, Wildflowers by Tom Petty, and Into the Mystique by Van Morrison.
Damn, you can't argue with that, can ya?
Not really.
No, you can't. Okay, contestant 2, you can try.
Well, I really like Pink Pony Club.
And you've succeeded. Keep going.
Wannabe. Please, please, please.
Okay.
Baby One More Time. And Fix You by Coldplay.
An absolute girl's girl. Sorry, contestant 1, but blown out of the water. Contestant 3, you want to try?
I'd say Bad Guy by Billie Eilish,
Okay.
Demons by Imagine Dragons,
Okay.
Take Me to Church by Hosier,
Very angsty so far.
Seven Devils by Florence and the Machine,
Gorgeous, yes.
and Bury a Friend by Billie Eilish.
2 Billies.
I like my Billie.
I love my Billy. Okay. Contestant 4, hit me with the Mozart.
I don't sing.
Started off really strong, sir. Thank you so much, everyone, for building my new playlist.
Especially contestant number 1.
Contestant 4, silence it will be. Thank you.
While I'm eating alone.
Okay, can you please name the 5 places you want to travel next year?
Yes. So for contestant 1, I would say Kyoto, Hanok Village, maybe Santorini, Greece, Reykjavik, and Paris. Really just any like calm place where I'm able to reflect, maybe enjoy some diverse cultural history. Seems like something I could really get into.
Amazing. Would you be willing to hit the club with me in either Paris or Santorini, or are you just into the mellow times?
I'm not really a club person myself.
Okay.
I'd watch you having fun though.
Okay. Back in it. Thank you. We'll be back in. Contestant 2?
I'd really like to go to Jeju Island, Camino de Santiago in Spain, anywhere in Canada, Kyoto as well. Maybe me and contestant 1 can go together. Tuscany.
Over my dead body. I'm the jealous type. Tuscany. Okay. Do you like to drink wine?
I do enjoy drinking. I want to find some peace and tranquility. I like to be near the ocean. So, all of those places.
One of you has to want to shake your damn ass. Contestant 3?
I would say Tokyo,
Okay.
Bangkok, New Orleans,
Okay.
and then maybe Prague and Seoul.
Okay. Are we hitting the club together?
Oh, absolutely. I like a lively environment, drinks, entertainment, stuff like that. Also, anything that has a lot of like haunted sites to visit, because that's just something I'm into.
Strong points for you on this round, which thank God, because I will say you were striking out.
Wow.
Contestant 4?
I would be going to Athens, Edinburgh, Istanbul, Venice, and Iceland. Really, anywhere where I can get introspective, have a lot of solitude, and look at some really great Gothic architecture.
Okay. You're feeling very, I'll say it, maybe bloodthirsty to me?
Who's to say?
Do you enjoy dark, damp, cathedral-like environments?
I do really enjoy dark environments. I'm not sure about the damp. That sounds like it could be a little messy. And it's just, I really like to keep things neat and orderly.
How often would I find you in a mausoleum, a graveyard,
Oh,
etc.?
never. I have all of that in my home. I don't need to travel to be in a dark place.
Good to know. Good to know. Mausoleum in home. Kind of like having your own sauna, except a little different. Okay, amazing, amazing. Can you guys let me know what your top 3 physical activities would be?
Yeah, contestant one here, I would have to say hiking, swimming, and spelunking.
Please describe spelunking.
It's like caving, so exploring caves.
Okay, so you're a little crazy. Okay. Contestant number 2, do you like to explore small, tight, wet spaces?
No, but I do like dancing. I like weightlifting, and I also like eating competitions.
Okay. I love a good hot dog eating contest. How many wieners do you think you could shove down your throat in a small period of time?
One,
So you're losing the food eating competition.
I mean, I can do it repeatedly, but just one at a time.
Oh, okay, okay. We're not trying to choke and die. I hear
Yeah.
you. I hear you. Okay, smart man, careful man. Contestant 3.
I like walking, so taking a late night walk, hop keto for sure, and then really any type of cardio.
Okay. I would like you to also define that second word you said, hop keto.
It's a form of martial arts, mostly trying to use somebody else's energy that they're exerting against them.
Okay. Do you get a really hot bod from that? May I ask?
I, I mean, I've been told before that it looks pretty nice.
Noted. Noted. All right. Next.
Running.
Coming out strong.
Gross.
Yoga
Okay.
and kickboxing.
How good are you at yoga?
I am an expert level yogi.
Okay. Thank you for submitting your answers. I have one last question. Could you please name 5 things you want to do before you are 50?
Contestant number one here, I suppose now is probably the best time to tell you, but I am well past 50 years old.
I would actually not have guessed. That comes as a shock to me, contestant number 1, but thanks for your transparency. Contestant number 2, are you old as shit?
I am not. I am actually very fit and young and healthy. And I would like to settle down with the love of my life. I really want to accelerate my career and focus on my growth. And I'd love to travel so that I can listen to great music and eat great food and really just live it up.
Okay. Okay. Noted. Next.
I guess if we're on the trend of being honest, I am also well over 50.
All right. All right. I knew the dating pool would get smaller after a certain age, but I didn't realize we were going to have to open the age parameters this wide. Great to know. Anything notable you did before 50 you want me to know about?
Uh, I mean, yeah, I had a lot of personal growth. I visited a lot of really neat places. Even kind of mentored at one point. I've had a pretty fulfilling life.
Okay.
Some body transformation, I think you had too.
Yeah, thanks, contestant four.
I'm dying to see some before and after photos, gentlemen. And contestant 4, since you're so eager to spill the beans.
I want to become the best surgeon in the world.
Oh, yikes. Yikes.
I want to find someone who can keep up with me. And I mean, really, what more could I need?
Okay, so you'd like to, I'm guessing, use whatever's in your mausoleum for these surgeries? Just clarifying.
Yeah, I do some home surgeries right now, but I also work in a hospital, so I can really do them anywhere, and I just want everyone to see that I am the best at what I do.
I should find it alarming, but I applaud the ambition, to be quite frank.
Ambition is such a strong word.
It's a strong word, and yet I am at a loss for another. So, just you in your mausoleum with a scalpel, some Bach playing in the background, and no friends to be seen.
You've just described a perfect night.
Okay. Again, why do I find door number 4 oddly attractive? What is behind there? What is behind there? Oh no, my ex Dr. Frankenstein and you would have a lot to talk about. Okay, well that concludes my questions, and I'm sitting here looking at my notes, and a couple things are quite certain. I can eliminate 2 of you. Would you like to know who?
Yes.
Yeah.
I am sorry. Contestant number 1, you scored but 1 measly point.
What was the point that I scored?
Round 7, name the top 5 songs you sing in the shower. And to be honest, I'm not sure how you beat out 2 Billies in Pink Pony Club. Honest to God, it must have been. Oh no, do you know what it was? It was actually question name 5 people dead or alive that you'd invite to your dream dinner party, and you did say Jim Morrison. So that was the one and only point you got. Otherwise, you really floundered. But Jim Morrison, you and I can agree on.
I appreciate the honesty.
Absolutely. I do have another another one of you who can go home.
Another failure.
Another failure, unfortunately voiced by the same voice actor here. Contestant number 3. Pack your bags. You're going home.
Yay, contestant 2 and 4.
That is actually so wild.
And contestant number 3, and this is why we should all be thankful I'm not still in the dating world, because I have what you'd call bad taste. Contestant number 3, the only thing that you scored was naming the places you want to travel in this world, and I think that's just because you agreed you'd go to the club with me.
We don't have to date. I could still take you out.
Okay, we can go shake our damn asses at the club together.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay. At least I've made a friend, if nothing else. I feel I have made one enemy. Let's move on to the 2 winners all tied up. So I will have to make a decision here. Do I go with my gut, or do I go with who I know will be good for me?
You can ask a final
question.
tiebreaker question.
Okay, final tiebreaker question. If I introduced another partner in a bedroom scenario, what would you do to that other partner? Would you welcome them? Would you kick them out of the bed? Would you punish me for even suggesting such a scenario?
Contestant 4 here, I would not allow that at all.
Not allow? Is this, where, what are we? Are you going to be forceful about this, or just a polite no thank you?
You wouldn't even be able to invite anyone else over.
Dang it, another answer I should not like, but I do love.
Contestant 2 here, I think it kind of really depends. Are we meeting some of my friends from the club? Is it someone that I know?
Say you and I have been out drinking soju, and there's another beautiful person at the end of the bar. Are you going to ask them to take us home and go up for a nightcap, or are you too shy for something like that?
Well, I'm not shy. I might have a specific person that I'd like to bring up, so if you're open to suggestions.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Our tiebreaker has resulted in yet another tie. Oh, this is troublesome. Oh my goodness. Okay, something easy, something easy. Would you say, either of you, believe in horoscopes and zodiacs?
Contestant 4 here, absolutely not.
Oh, God damn it. Contestant 2?
You know, I think I could be persuaded.
I should like that answer, but I do appreciate a man who stands his ground. Also, a man who's not afraid to crush my dreams a little bit and tell me I'm wrong. I'm so
We're learning
sorry.
a lot about you, Courtney.
So sorry to say, contestant number 2. But sitting in silence at the dinner table looks like my new future date. Contestant number 4, please reveal yourself. You've won today's game.
I am Demis from Pieta, and Courtney, I hate to tell you, but you have picked the blackest flag. An actual murderer.
If I wanted a green flag, I wouldn't be here on the dating game. I would be hanging out with my husband. So
You did eliminate the green and you eliminated a green and a red flag, so we had a gray and a black that you were competing for.
okay. I love that we have alcoholism in number 2. I think that it would be very fun to go out to the bar with you. Your taste in music is primo. But if it's going to be hanging out in a mausoleum or going to the gym, I know what I'm choosing.
This did not go how I had planned.
Honestly, I'm surprised. Contestant 4 here, I'm surprised I won. So Pieta, if you are unfamiliar with this story, it is pretty new. It's on Lizen. There are about 12 episodes out right now. It releases every 1st, 11th, and 21st. It's a boy love thriller.
Okay.
And it is about a doctor named Demis and I don't even remember the other guy's name.
It's not about him.
I
mean, it is.
It is. Now I have to pause and look. 1 second. Okay, so Pieta, it starts off with a man named Dante, and he is the maintenance man. And he is going to Demis's house, and when he gets there, Demis is like mid killing someone in the process of it, and Dante discovers that he is killing someone, and instead of, running away, calling the police, anything else, he asks Demis if he will kill Dante as well. And then you find out that Dante is actually immortal and he has been trying to end his own life for a while. And Demis at first does not agree to kill Dante until he finds out that he's immortal. And then he's like, all right, we can do this now.
I will tell you, disappointingly for my own character, the first mark that you won, contestant number 4, was the spontaneity question when you said you hired a maintenance man who you had just met.
Yeah, he hires Dante to work at the school so that he can, or not the school, the hospital. The hospital so that he can keep a close eye on him. Honestly, I have to just give a blanket warning to any and everyone who wants to look into this story that it is the biggest red flag. Trigger warnings abound on every single episode, probably in every single panel.
Oh my God.
It's off. I mean, I'm reading it. But should I be?
It's alarming. I love it, but it's alarming.
Yeah,
it is alarming.
Exactly.
And it is entirely up Alex's alley.
It's the trauma. I love stories that make me absolutely sob.
Yeah.
In books, in audiobooks, in comics, in movies, any media that I consume, I just want to cry.
I absolutely have to give this one a go because an immortal being asking to have their life ended by someone who they're obviously going to fall in love with it already has me in tears. What do you mean he's going to have to kill you? Then he'll have to live alone. What if he better take himself out too so you guys can be in the afterworld together? I have so many questions, many many concerns. And I am apparently going to be buying this story immediately. Pieta, and that's spelled Pietta.
Pieta.
Okay, 1T. Lots of trigger warnings. Added to cart. Thank you very much.
Obviously, I know you didn't choose the other contestants, but if you are curious, we can reveal their identity as well.
I would like to know, and I would like to start with contestant number 3.
Okay, contestant number 3 is Jason. He is from The Ghost Nocturne.
You're kidding me. I love The Ghost Nocturne, and I completely rejected one of my favorite delusional boyfriends.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel so stupid.
In favor of a murderer.
In favor of a murderer. But to be honest, he does not need someone like me in his life. He deserves someone as beautiful as Knock. Absolutely. Please give us a rundown of the plot summary on that one, so anyone who's listening who hasn't heard can get on board, because this is one of my absolute favorites.
Absolutely. So The Ghost Nocturne, also one of my many favorites, is a story that follows Jason. He is a son of one of the kings of hell, and he spends a lot of his time with a lot of debaucherous, different fun things to do. However, he also likes gambling and ends up taking it a little bit too far after he makes a deal and puts all of his cards down and loses to a human he knows is cheating. And that person wished to extend their life. And Jason makes this happen by taking years away from their child's life to make it happen. And his dad is upset that he tampered with the humans and played with, the book of names. And his punishment is that he has to become a completely vulnerable creature and depend on the empathy and love of people and earn the love of a human to understand what it's like to, depend on them in turn.
And he becomes the cutest disgruntled puppy ever.
He's immediately taken in by the crown prince, Leenock, and Leenock has been haunted his entire life. His stepmother has just at every turn cursed him, buried all of these different cursed objects so that he is constantly tormented by ghosts and spirits. And after taking in Jason as the puppy, he does meet Jason in his demon form at night. And Jason says, if you are going to be intimate with me, I will make these ghosts and spirits go away. And Jason decides this is the person I'm going to make fall in love with me.
Oh my God. I love this story so much because although Leenock is very kind of like shy and innocent, he does have like this a lot of what do they call the energy? Is it yin energy?
Mm-hmm.
And so he actually is kind of overflowing with sexuality. He just doesn't know how to express because he's gay, and he doesn't know how else he would experience those things in a culture that's not accepting of it. So when he meets this sexy demon who feeds off of sexiness, they at first you're like, oh no, does Leenock really want this? But oh my God, he is a total compatible match for Jason. Both of them are kind of insatiable, and the spice in this story is like off the charts.
They're genuinely so perfect together.
So perfect together.
It is so heartwarming. It's not even funny. And yeah, season 3 is going to be coming to a close. There's 95 episodes, but I've had some spoilers that it only goes to 97. So
does that mean that season 4 will be like 3, or this is the last season?
Season 4 is going to be the last season.
But it won't only be like 3 episodes?
Oh, no. We only have a couple more episodes before the end of this season.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you meant 97 episodes in total. But 97 will be the end of season 3, and then we'll get more in season 4.
Absolutely.
I stopped reading this somewhere in season 2 because I started getting the vibe that Leenock was going to die. and I'm too anxious. And so now I am just waiting for it to marinate and for someone to spoil it for me that everything is going to work out okay, because I literally will not be able to handle it. If I go completely AWOL, it's because, I read that story and I found out somebody I love died.
That's really the only appropriate reason to go AWOL.
Exactly. A fictional
yeah.
character dies. Yeah, you're not going to be seeing me for a while.
Yeah, absolute full support.
So then I would like to know, from second place, we had contestant number 2, the soju drinker. Let me hear where you're from. What are you all about?
So that is Dushik from Pearl Boy. Have you read that one?
No, so there's a couple heavy hitters. I don't know, when I started reading BL, I had this weird bias that all the most popular stories must be overhyped. So I have yet to read some very enticing ones like Pearl Boy and Painter of the Night, Under the Green Light.
Oh my gosh.
So all of the big ones, I think this is just a little teaser for next year, but my podcast is a book club, and I think next year I'm really considering doing like heavy hitters, or like the most popular girls in school, and doing the stories that I haven't read that are the most popular in the fandom spaces. And I am thinking that Pearl Boy might be January, because I am sick. I'm sick of holding off on that story. And now that it's got side stories, I know that I'm going to have like a deep well to draw from. So tell me all about Dushik.
Okay.
Before then, just have to say, so nice of you to invite us in January to read this with you.
Oh, absolutely. And whenever Painter of the Night is coming, I know who will be invited as well.
Oh, Painter of the Night, one of my absolute all-time favorites. I, again, sobbed. I love it so much.
Listening to you guys duke it out over your March Madness, trying to figure out what your favorite webcomic was between Murderous Llewellyn and Painter of the Night, it convinced me on both of those stories. I was like, well, it's time. They both moved up the list. The passion behind these ladies' voice.
Oh my gosh. We're never doing that again.
Absolutely never again. That's on, like, the webcomics are not meant to be pitted against each other.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
We did that, and then we were like, this is the worst decision we've ever made.
It was so funny to me because you guys really did not narrow it down to like one trope or one like specific kind of genre. You were like, okay, let's apples and oranges this. Figure out who is the best.
It would have been even harder if we had to compare some stories that were still ongoing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like if we included the Ghost Nocturne in there.
No.
Complete wrench in all of the plans.
Yeah.
So we had to set some specific ground rules to try to give it some direction, and it was still absolute chaos.
I mean, we wanted to give up in the middle of it.
Yeah, it felt like asking you guys, if you had 2 of your own children hanging over a volcano, which one would you choose to save? And you guys were like, we made ourselves do this, but
we just jump into the volcano.
Yeah, it will literally kill us to decide, so we may not.
Well, so Dushik and Pearl Boy, this one is about Dushik, who is a server at a bar, and he ends up running away because he has money issues. So he goes to a restaurant that is a seafood restaurant, which is where our other main character, Juha, works. And his mom owned the restaurant before. So he goes in, he's ordering all this food, and Dushik doesn't have the money to pay the bill. So he tries to run out on the bill. And he does. But then he eventually feels guilty, and he comes back later in the night, and he sees Juha getting really abused by a bunch of different men. And Dushik tries to help him out, and then you find out that Juha is in extreme debt from a guy named Pilon, and he is one of the worst characters ever. And he is just a wealthy man who kind of seduced Juha's mother, but also wanted Juha. It's really messed up. And he has put this debt over him and said that Juha needs to pay it back. And the way that he's doing it is that when he finishes, he produces pearls.
Juha does. So he's a little
Yes.
pearl factory. He's a little clamshell or an
He's
oyster.
Yes, he is, and so he's using the pearls to pay back Pilon, and Dushik is trying he, like, feels an instant connection to Juha, and he is trying to help him out and trying to help him produce the pearls so that he doesn't have to have a bunch of random men do it. And Pilon finds out what's happening and he is livid because he wants to be in control. And there
It
is
is absolute chaos.
yeah, it's just chaos. This is another one where it's just trigger warnings throughout the entire thing. It's gorgeous art. I mean, it's probably one of the most beautiful stories we've ever read.
And the best character glow up.
Oh,
And yeah, if you look at the characters at the very beginning versus where they are now, it's stunning.
I just saw it was like a TikTok or a reel, and it was somebody talking about the hair theory, and they showed Dushik at the beginning of the story and then him at the end, and just his haircut, like changing, like that one thing alone took him from like a 6 to a 10.
Yeah.
And I will say that I was like, I've been so tempted to read the story because they're so, so beautiful. And also knowing that I need like a reserve of mental energy in order to deal with the trigger warnings that I know happen in this. Like, I'm
There
sure,
are a lot.
I'm sure
Yeah.
this is a bit of a spoiler, but I know one thing. I know that they build up a reserve of pearls only to get the pearls stolen or taken from them. And I like just knowing that one little thing that they have that setback gives me such a stomach ache.
Yeah.
And I know that the story can't be linear and there has to be like some complications to keep it interesting, but oh my God, that makes me sick. And I will say, Dushik, I'm so glad I did not choose you for my blind date because although I hear you are going to have this redemption, running out on your bill as somebody whose family has restaurants and those restaurants are constantly struggling, a dine and dasher is my enemy number one.
Yeah, it wasn't a shining moment for him, but when it comes to his relationship with Juha, he's never a red flag to Juha.
Oh my God. And I'm just now realizing you said that Juha's working at a seafood restaurant where he's not serving up his clamshell for any of the customers, is he? I mean,
No, he's not.
seafood is all 100% food safe.
It's all real seafood.
Thank
We
God.
promise.
We have food safety standards we must consider
Yeah.
when feeding the public. Okay. Okay, beautiful. Well, all of these are absolutely beautiful options for contestants, but I do need to know contestant number 1, who are you and where are you from?
Contestant number 1 was Chaehyun, and he is from In Cold Love.
No, I just read a story with a Chaehyun, but I have not read In Cold Love. Please tell me more.
Okay, In Cold Love, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It has just finished. So it had just finished all of the side stories and everything else. The story follows Chaewol, and he is working in a corporate office job. They are all together at this dinner for his company dinner, and it is to commemorate their boss who has just passed away. And Chaewol is seemingly more upset than maybe he even should be. Like, no one assumes that they were very close, but he is just entirely broken up about it, practically non functional, just really quiet, drinking to himself. And you find out that, you know, he's going home, he's teary eyed, and he sees a very familiar figure, and it is his boss. And so he invites his boss back to the house to help take care of him. And his boss turns into a snake.
He takes the snake back.
Yeah, he just takes the snake back to care for him because he really cared for and pined for his boss. And really, it's just a slowly unfolding story where you find out more and more. Spoilers, it is a fated love story. And it is just beautiful, start to finish. I can't really
honestly,
put it into words.
I feel like we can't say any more without like spoiling the story. So definitely read that one. It's gorgeous.
Okay. Is there a little age gap in it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wait, this was one of my characters who's older than 50.
Yes.
Now remember, it can mean a lot of things because Jashin, also over 50,
Demon lord.
because he's a son of a demon lord, basically.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh, okay. In Cold Love, I absolutely have heard of it. I did not know that it was a supernatural. I did not know. Oh, was it a new one this year because it was like the year of the snake?
No, we started reading it last year, I think.
yeah, we were reading it originally. It was on Manta Comics as
Yeah.
Cold-Blooded Beast.
You can still find it on Manta as Cold-Blooded Beast as well, both all ages and full version. But where we are reading it is in Cold Love on Leeson.
Oh my God, amazing. Okay, added to list. And now hearing all of my contestants reveal their identity, I am even more confident than ever that Pieta is going to be my next read. Oh my God.
I honestly love how this turned out, and I never would have guessed this.
I can't wait to hear what you think about the story.
We expect a full report back to hear how your date went.
I would absolutely love to. It would be so fun too. After I do Pieta, maybe you guys can come on and review it with me on the book club for a bonus episode.
Yes.
That would mean me actually reading it because Alex is the only one reading it so far.
Oh my gosh.
so-
And Annie, you are way less inclined to fall in love with these black flags, aren't you?
I pick and choose them, I think.
Here's the thing is she is very willing to overlook some flags, but others absolutely not.
Damien, a betrayal of dignity who framed his wife for murder so she would lean on him, has my complete forgiveness.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Because he is literally perfect.
Okay, so the bar is confusing.
It's a sliding scale.
This is
Yeah.
like limbo. The bar goes up and down.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, any given day could be jumping over it, could be crawling under, who's to say?
Amazing. Well, then I think it sounds like we have yet another buddy read in us, and I am so excited about that outcome.
It will be absolutely so fun, especially because I know that we are also doing our buddy read for your podcast.
So excited that you guys are coming over to the Delusional Boyfriend Book Club. Anybody who's listening, we do BL manhwa, BL manga, BL anime, and a wide shoes romance novel every month. And that's just for this year. It's our year of Yaoi. So we're really focused on BL, but we're a romance podcast overall. And if you guys want to find the comic queens, you can find them over on my podcast, reviewing the story Acanthus.
So exciting. There's so much to talk about with that one.
So excited to dig into it.
Oh my gosh. Well, Courtney, thank you so much for joining us today. It has been so fun.
This has been so much fun. Thank you guys so much for having me and for setting up the dating game. I have been dying to see what the dating market is like, and I am pleasantly surprised with what I have found.
I am just so glad that your bar is low for us because, really that's all we needed.
Yep.
Thank you all so much for joining us and listening to today's podcast. And we are looking forward to talking to you all on the next one.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.